Well, of course, it's been a while since I last done this, but here I am, and this time I'm doing preparation, just packing my bags, and me and Zahir, which he's my son. We are off for a trekking adventure to Nepal, and we are going to the mountain, the biggest mountain, or not to the top anyway, to the base camp. It's Everest base camp. So the plan is that we fly from here to Kathmandu to Lukla, and from there it's gonna take us 8 days to trek to base camp and 4 days to come back down to Lukla. And by the way, Lukla is the word that has a little bit of what should I say, is not looking forward to it too much, because apparently that's the most dangerous airport in the world. So I suppose we'll see when we get there. Yeah, so I decided to go in April, where I think the monsoon starts just after. It's winter now, and then April, May is sort of like a nice time to go. But the best time to go apparently is in November and December. But obviously I'm not going November, December, I'm going beginning of April. And I've spread out all our gear, everything that we're taking with us, and we're a little bit I'm really conscious of what I'm taking with us, because we are going solo. We're not doing with a guide, nor are we hiring a porter. So everything that we take will be carrying ourselves on our backs. So I'm packing light as I can. I'm not taking any items I don't need. Obviously, I've not been before. I've never done any trekking at all in my life. I've got friends giving me advice what to take, what not to take. So I've looked at a few videos, read a few books. I've got Lonely Planet's Guides to Trekking in Nepal. So a lot of my information from there. And so this is the gear that I'm going to take. And of course, once I'm back, then I'll know what I should have taken and what I shouldn't have taken. So I'll do an update video of that once I come back. But for now anyway, this is the gear that I'm taking with me. A lot of the shopping was done on Amazon. There's a shop called Decathlon, and there's another trekking shop in Watford called... And also some of my friends who's let me borrow their some of their equipment, like proper rain jackets and for example sleeping bags and things like that. So thanks very much, guys. So we will see what we need and what we don't need. So I've got a couple of 65-litre bags. A weight restriction for local domestic flights is 15 kilos, so I've got to make sure I don't exceed more than 15 kilos. Also to bear in mind that I'll be carrying all on my back, so the less stuff I take, the better it is for me. So let me show you some of the stuff I'm taking with me. This has been spread out, everything that we're taking with us. It's like in two sections. This is Zahir's, and from here that's mine, and like medical equipment and cream and this, everything else over on that side. So we're taking, it starts with the basic, like the underwear, and obviously these are tight ones, so stop from chafing, the scrubbing, rubbing of the balls. Like, can I say that? Well, anyway, I've said it. Either it's that or lots of Vaseline. So, I'll take some Vaseline as well. So yeah, so we got plenty of, not plenty, I think we're taking 4 underwears each for 12 days. So we're gonna be wearing them wearing one way, inside out. And then if we get a chance, water is quite expensive. Not expensive, but it's hard to come by. I think you have to pay something like $3 or $5 for hot water. So if we get a chance, we'll wash them. If not, we'll have to be using the same undies for 12 days. So 4 undies for 12 days. Not too bad. It'll be alright. The next thing apparently is very important. Apparently, I'm saying because I've never done this before, is the base layer. And that's the first layer that you put on top. And these are like long sleeve, like merino wool top. And what that's supposed to do apparently is draw the moisture, the sweat. As you're walking, you sweat, and that will draw the sweat away from your skin. So hence you're not going to catch a cold, which is really useful. Which will be really useful. Of course, obviously we'll be using that every day. And we got a couple of these each as well. Obviously we're taking some short sleeve t-shirts as well. And also we're taking these jogging trousers. These will purely, when we get higher up, the temperature does get cold, so these jogging walking trousers should be really useful. These are tight fit, so we'll probably have to wear shorts or something over top of it, but it's another essential part of the equipment. And obviously these will be worn underneath our over trousers, so these are waterproof and wind deflectors as well. So this is for the wind and water, and that's for the cold. And if it's windy and rainy, we'll be wearing the whole lot together. So I've opted to go for these trousers here. I've got a zip at the back. I'll have my essential paperwork and things probably in there. And I've got these straps or belts, whatever you want to call it, for comfort. And nice and loose and light. And light is the key word. We want to keep things light as possible. If it's sometimes when you're higher up, the sun's out, it gets quite hot. So I'll be showing my legs and going prepared with some shorts. Same as the trousers, it's got a zip as well and the belt for nice and comfy. And the next layer would be, of course, a fleece, nice and warm and comfortable. Same thing again, like merino wool fleece. I don't know what grade it is, but that's something also absolutely essential for when it's nice and cold, keep you warm. On top of the fleece will be these jackets, nice and light again. This is also moisture resistance, whatever you want to call it, quick dry. So if we're sweating, breathable material, whatever it's called, I forgot now, but also be really handy and useful. And also the next one on top of that layer is for rain. Of course, if it's raining, we're going to have to bunker down somewhere, so it's proper rain gear, so it's we don't get wet, and we go to make sure our bags and things don't get wet. The down jacket. Now, I've not got down jacket, so the plan is once we get to Kathmandu, we're going to hire a couple of jackets. I think they're about $3 to $4 per day. I'm not sure. So, and these down jackets, they're probably about £500-600 each. So I'm not going to buy it. So we'll hire them. So I'm at this place here. This is called Kalapatar in Tamil. This is the other shop. We have to go through a couple of staircases to get up here. So I've got 2 down jackets here. Fantastic. Let's go pay for them and off we go. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Welcome. Bye bye.
This jacket is not mine. A friend of mine. He's telling me where it is. He's in Thailand at the moment. He won't be needing it. So I'll have it for a couple of weeks. Other things we're taking, for example, these quick drying towels. So I don't think we're going to be washing much. We'll probably have 3-4 showers in the 12 days we're there. So the quick drying material towels. And of course, one higher up we got the colder it's going to get. So I've got some gloves. And of course the essential sunglasses. These are factor 4 or category 4 sunglasses, which you must have, as well as things like this to keep us warm, because when we get closer to the top, it'll be quite cold. And one of the mornings to see sunrise over Mount Everest, we have to get up something like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the viewing point. So once the sun is out, it gets really cold. So we'll be needing all this gear here. Take that off. Here is another one of those things, I don't know what it's called. This one is 2 different material. One is nice and woolly. The other one that I wore was for cold. So this one here, I'm thinking, just you can put over your head, over your ears, and also when you're in Kathmandu and all that, you can put it over your face, keep yourself nice and warm and not breathing in any dust. Also, I've read that if you have this over your mouth when you're trekking high in the cold air is not getting into your lungs, and you're not developing a cold. So this will be really useful to have something over your face. Everything that I've read, everything I've listened to, everything that I've seen, on YouTube and books and this or whatever, everyone's saying it's really important to have a good pair of shoes. And I've bought these Scarpa, I don't know what range, what model they are, but I've been using them for the last 2 months, just breaking them in, and they're really nice and comfortable and really rigid, so which is great. I like these. And socks, also another vital part of the equipment list, where these are non-wool base socks, so as you're sweating, it's not drawing the sweat. It's same thing again, it's keeping the moisture away from your feet and keeping you warm as well. So socks and shoes, vitally important. These shoes, they're really tough and rigid, so it's really important that you just don't buy it the day before you due to travel, at least I think 2 to 3 months before, and really do have to break them in. The first couple of days I wore these shoes, man, I was in agony. The first day I wore it for about 8 hours. I actually wore them during the day, and then I took them to work. I wore them at work as well. I could feel the pulse in my toes. It was really throbbing. So really important, please do break in your boots before you start to trek. I'll be taking a couple of these bags with me, Ziploc bags, obviously for essential paperwork, passports, trek permits and everything else, to make it waterproof, lock and tight. So these will be really useful. Mug shots for permits when we get there. Essential part, water, what you drink, how you drink it. I bought these, there's just a couple of these normal, whatever you call it, 700 ml capacity. And I've read it, these will take in hot water as well. And the plan is, obviously you pay some money, you get hot water put into this, and then you put in your sleeping bag in the night, keeps you warm, and in the morning when you wake up, water to drink, it's ready and waiting for you. Also, the other thing is, I've been told by also like a local guy, a lot of people in Nepal, they actually drink warm water rather than cold water. So I'll try and get much hot water as possible into these, but of course we'll be trekking for sometime 5, 6, 7 hours a day. So warm water, it's only 700 ml, might not be the first option. So whatever water we get, we'll have no choice. But the preferred option is, fill this up with hot water and drink from here. And of course, the other source of water is bottled water. The further higher you go, the more expensive it is. And I think on the last stop, I think I was reading someone's blog, I think it was saying that roughly about $6 a bottle of water. So it can be expensive, but of course, when you need it, man, you got no choice but to pay for it, or just melt snow and drink from that. We will see. These have been lent to me by a friend of mine, trekking poles. Obviously what goes up must come down, and these are really useful to take weight off your knee as you're coming down. So these also really important part of our equipment list. Especially for me, many years ago I used to play football, and I've got cruciate ligament posterior, I think it's one of the back, RCL, reconstruction using my hamstring, so on my right knee. So I'm a little bit concerned with that, but then these will be useful. As I have got operation on both of my knees, actually, not just my right one, I'm taking some knee support. As we're not going with a guide, we are taking all our medical emergency stuff with us. Antibiotics, painkillers like cocodamol and paracetamol for a tummy, Boraka to keep you strong, water purification tablets, tapes, emergency blankets. If we get, I don't know who's gonna use this one emergency blanket, but emergency blanket, Vaseline, in case you get a little bit of chafing, a little bit of cream there, help you breathe if you have any problem, Tiger Balm. So we'll be taking all this stuff with us. One other item, medical item that I haven't got here is, which I'll have to buy while I'm in Kathmandu, and that's the altitude sickness tablets. Here we can only get so many without prescription, but I know I've read it's readily available in Kathmandu. So when we get there, first thing we're going to do is buy the high altitude sickness tablets, and hopefully I won't need to use them, or any of us would need to use it. And we'll probably have to get a couple of saline hydration sachets as well when we're there. You never know, better to be prepared, but weight is a concern. So, but obviously this is all essential. And in case we get a chance to wash ourselves, we got like body lotions and stuff, and yeah, we'll see. The missus have packed them. Yes, so not be taking too many showers. Instead, take some baby wipes. Oh, this one's cucumber flavor. Nice. Yeah, so keep ourselves nice and clean. And of course, one other item, really important item, is toilet paper. You have to carry on toilet paper along with you, but otherwise, straws. I don't think so. A couple of locks to put our things, lock our bags away, because there are times where we'll be leaving our bags in the tea houses where we'll be staying, and we'll be out walking about. So just be safe. A couple of locks and some snacks along the way. Again, snacks can be quite expensive, maybe about $3 for a sneaker bar. I'm not 100% sure, so we'll take some with us, and of course we'll have to buy it as well. I've heard that they do really mean ginger and honey tea, so really looking forward to that. So with our snack, that'll be great. Just bought this solar panel power system, whatever you call it anyway. And the idea is we'll have this on our backs, and that will be charging our power pack. And then from that, obviously, we'll get our power for our camera and phones, essential equipments. Because I'll be filming everything on my iPhone, not taking any extra cameras with it. So iPhone, and of course actually a GoPro as well. So that will be our source of power, mainly this one here. But I know there are places where you can charge your devices. You pay a little bit extra, but we'll see. If this doesn't work, we'll have to pay for it then. So this is the bag I'll be carrying it all in. This has been lent to me by a friend of mine, and this is, I think, 65-liter bag. So there'll be one for me, one for Zai, and we're gonna make sure all our gear goes in there, and also our sleeping bag. Go on, man. So either we can, and of course our sleeping bag to go in there. The choice is either we can take our sleeping bag from here, or we have to rent them in Kathmandu. So we've decided to, as we got them, we'll take them from here. And also one, if you have to call of nature in the middle of the night and you have to go out, there's a little torch. Will help you guide or aim. Yeah, so it will be quite interesting to see. I've been quite careful in what I'm taking, what I'm packing, but it'll still be interesting to see that when I get there, if I've overpacked or not taken enough. So we'll wait and see. Follow my journey through. Obviously, I'll be doing I will be blogging along the way, and can't wait for it. A little bit apprehensive. Never done it before. My only concern is the altitude. I've never been at high altitude, and I know there are many people who's been there and have not been able to do the trek completely because of altitude sickness. And of course, and I hope the emergency insurance helicopter rescue is not needed.